Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Y&R Trends. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless spoilers update reveals that Matt Clark will be put on ice after Victor Newman's reversal. Kane Ashby and Phyllis Summers will also take a palm stage between the waists. So let's bandy what's ahead on Monday's Y&R occasion. At the Newman estate, Victor will get an intimidating textbook and delay his discussion with Jack Abbott and Kyle Abbott by rushing off for private phone calls. Matt will act like the Abbotts sensationalize their hand since Victor obviously has more important effects to deal with. When Matt mentions Jack's bank showwoman and acts like Diane Jenkins Abbott is out of Jack's league, Kyle will have to hold his pater back and stop him from roughing Matt up. Newman will get in Matt's face and dingy pitfalls before the Abbott security platoon stashes him in the auto. After Nikki questions whether Jack would really release such a monster, he'll make it clear that he's guarding his family and expects the AI program in exchange for Matt. Still, what happens coming will be on Victor, if Jack doesn't get that and Jabot remains at threat. Victor will ultimately pop back over and stun Jack by leaving Matt in their guardianship until he's ready to give an answer. Jack will give Victor until morning before he unleashes Matt, but Victor will keep pushing him to leave on with Kyle. Once Jack and Kyle are gone, Victor will give Nikki, Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, and Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, some disquieting information. The three of them will reel as Victor admits the AI program turned on Newman Enterprises and is now attacking the company. At the athletic club, Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, will come out of the Jazz Chesterfield with Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, and run into Phyllis, who'll be with Kane. Billy will push Phyllis's buttons about entering another parlous alliance and mock Kane by suggesting he could fiddle another old lady for further capital. Although Billy will grope for word about what Phyllis and Billy are cooking up, he won't get any details. That said, Billy will know from his earlier wiretapping session that Billy and Phyllis are targeting Newman Enterprises, so he'll give Sally updates once they're alone. Billy will also call Jack and Kyle with the news latterly, so Sally will hear as he wishes he were the one behind Victor's downfall. After Kyle and Jack realize Kane and Phyllis are launching a Newman extremity, they'll assume that's what had Victor so rattled. As for Matt, he'll be taken to a secure position with Abbott guards to babysit him. Jack will also admit to Kyle that he'd no way actually release Matt considering what he's able of, but he'll want Victor and Nikki to believe that he would. Plus, Victor will intimately have the Abbott vehicle followed and give his security Joe orders to keep an eye on Matt, so he won't fully surrender control of the situation. At the coffee house, Kane will stun Phyllis by admitting he's formerly touched off the AI element that forces the program to turn on its host. Phyllis will pull Kane into a pleased kiss before they strip down for some bedroom relating on Kane's train. Kane will promise Phyllis will get her heart's desire, and prompt her to take a breath since she'll be so agitated about this Newman preemption. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Victor will strike back in a big way soon, so stay tuned. Victor and Jack plot Kane's downfall, adversaries come allies. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Victor Newman and Jack Abbott will compass Kane Ashby's downfall. These adversaries will come abettors on a new vengeance scheme. So let's bandy all the chaos ahead. In the January 9th occasion, Kane made a concession that caught Phyllis Summers off guard. There's a erected endpoint in Kane's AI program that can force it to turn on its host, so he just has to spark it and watch Newman burn. It looks like Kane will indeed order the software to inflict annihilation on Newman Enterprises, so Victor may lament having that program in his possession soon. It won't take long for Kane and Phyllis to start riding Victor over their palm, so he'll surely be furious. Phyllis and Kane are gearing up for a Newman preemption, but this feud is just getting started. Kane and Phyllis can't anticipate to launch an attack like this and get down with it. You can go. Victor will covenant to get vengeance, but he may need some help in that department. That's where Jack may come in since he'll have moping worries of his own when it comes to what Kane and Phyllis will do next. Jack and Victor preliminarily tried forming an alliance against Kane, but it snappily sizzled since they weren't truly committed. It was further about giving the vision of an alliance since Victor and Jack obviously have trust issues. Still, effects will be different this time around. Grounded on the rearmost spoilers, it sounds like Victor and Jack are authentically going to come abettors, at least temporarily. It's sure to be a challenge, but it'll be worth it if Jack and Victor can get results. Then's what Y&R head writer and administrative patron Josh Griffith had to say about the cooperation that's brewing in an interview with television bigwig. Kane's power trip will force Victor and Jack from abhorring each other to have to work together for the lesser good, which will be intriguing to see if they can pull that off without killing each other, Griffith said. Will Jack and Victor's revengeful platoon come Kane's worst agony? Will Phyllis go down right along with Kane's sinking boat or find a sneaky new path? The Young and the Restless spoilers say drama's brewing any way you slice it, so stay tuned for all the news to come. Sharon's sad shocker. The Young and the Restless spoilers update for the week of January 12th to 16th reveals that Sharon Newman will face a sad stunner while Phyllis Summers plays defense and Michael Baldwin gets interrogated. At the Newman estate, Victor Newman will pump the thickets on any deal with Jack Abbott, since there'll be a more burning issue to attack. Jack and Kyle Abbott will store Matt Clark nearly secure while Victor tells his family about the AI program attacking Newman Enterprises. After Kane Ashby moves forward with that attack, he'll leave Phyllis Summers over the moon as they get passionate in bed and bandy their Newman preemption. Across city, Sally Spectra will struggle with growing enterprises about Billy Abbott's revengeful side, and how important he'd rather be the one making Victor suffer. As for Victor, he'll blow up at Kane and Phyllis over their rearmost plot. Phyllis will remain brimming with confidence, but Victor will be determined to cover Newman and make them pay. While Victoria Newman and Adam Newman try to alleviate the damage, Victor will end up bickering with Nikki Newman. Nikki may argue that if Victor hadn't been so stubborn about his plan to go after Jack, also he wouldn't have scored the AI program and the company wouldn't be in this mess. Back with Phyllis, she'll rush to her own defense, so it sounds like Daniel Romalotti Jr. will blast his mama for causing further chaos. Still, Phyllis eventually has a chance to be a winner, so she won't have any compunctions about embracing it. Once Nick Newman is out of the sanitarium, he'll take charge of the situation and seek Jack's backing. Nick will keep Sharon in the dark as he presumably tries to get control of Matt and end this agony for good. Noah Newman will make a stunning Matt-related discovery, so he may find out what Nick's up to and beget problems as usual. Other Y&R spoilers say Tessa Porter will come clean to Sharon about her divorce decision. That news will be tough for Sharon to hear, but she'll offer up some guidance and most likely understand that Tessa has to do what's right for her. Mariah Copeland has fully checked out of this marriage, so there's only so important Tessa can do. Tessa is ready to call it quits, but she might have a change of heart down the road. In the meantime, Diane Jenkins Abbott will put Michael through an interrogation and try to score some Newman intel. The Young and the Restless spoilers say this could serve as a fidelity test for Michael, so stay tuned for updates on his coming move. Nick's secret Jack visit strikes his own deal for Matt. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Nick Newman will pay a secret visit to Jack Abbott, so he may want to strike his own deal for Matt Clark. Victor Newman will refuse to reach an agreement with Jack, and will shoot him off the property with Matt. To be fair, Victor will have more important effects on his mind, like the AI program turning on Newman Enterprises and destroying it from the inside. Since Victor has lost control of the software, he's not really in a position to surrender it in exchange for Matt anyway. At some point, Nick will get updates on Matt being in the Abbott's guardianship. Once Nick finds out the whole story, he'll decide to take charge of the situation and handle this his way. Indeed, if the Croakers haven't cleared Nick's release yet, he may subscribe himself out against medical advice. Nick will be determined to attack this Matt drama and make effects right, so he'll sit down for a meeting with Jack soon. It looks like that meeting will be behind Sharon Newman's back since Nick's going to hide commodity from her on January 15th. Sharon may find Nick missing from his sanitarium bed and eventually realize he's gone off to settle this formerly and for all. From there, Nick will make a hopeless plea to Jack. Y&R spoilers say Nick will supplicate Jack for backing and hope they can get on the same runner. Maybe Nick will argue that they've to end Matt's trouble now before he has a chance to pull any other wild numbers. Nick may worry that captivity won't be good enough and contend that Matt needs to face a grim fate. Also again, perhaps Nick has learned his assignment after that auto crash failure. Handling Matt without the authorities isn't working out veritably well, so Nick may push Jack to go ahead and surrender Matt to the police. Of course, there's a chance Matt could escape formerly further there's a long enough detention. Matt is always full of surprises, so it'll be intriguing to see if further terrible news is brewing. Anyhow, Nick may try to strike his own Matt deal with Jack since the AI program trade may be off the table. The Young and the Restless spoilers say some twists and turns are still to come, So stay tuned for the uninterrupted chaos in Genoa City. Kane and Phyllis face off with Victor. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Kane Ashby and Phyllis Summers will face off with Victor Newman while Victoria Newman, Amelia Hindley, and Adam Newman work on a fix-it plan. Newman Enterprises is facing an attack thanks to Kane's erected endpoint on the AI software. Kane was suitable to force the program to turn on its host with the drive of a button on his phone. Once Victor realizes Kane is responsible, he'll pay his adversary a visit. Phyllis will be there as well, and will waste no time in writing Victor about their Newman preemption. Still, Victor may make it clear that Kane had better undo this or differently. It looks like Victor will deliver a serious trouble, and advise that he'll come the Brace's worst agony if they do end act presto. Y&R spoilers say Kane and Phyllis will stand their ground, so Victor will plan to strike back in a big way. Of course, Victor will have to concentrate on saving Newman Enterprises first, but he'll put Adam and Victoria to work playing fix-it in the press. Victoria and Adam will do their stylish to spin all this and maintain their important Newman image. That'll be easier said than done. Formerly, it inescapably goes public that Newman Enterprises has been thrown into fermentation. Over with Diane Jenkins Abbott, she'll get updates on Jack Abbott's Matt Clark deal going wrong. Jack will admit Victor was distracted and transferred him down with Matt, so he could deal with more important matters. Grounded on Billy Abbott's news about Kane and Phyllis going after Victor, Jack will suggest their plot is the reason for Victor's strange jest. Diane will worry once Jack fills her in, and will end up handing down and claim. Whether that's about how to handle Matt or commodity differently, Diane will push Jack to do effects her way. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Matt could have a many further tricks up his sleeve if the Abbotts and the Newmans aren't careful. Nikki blames Victor, Kane's upper hand in Noah's huge discovery. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the coming 2 weeks, January 12th to 23rd, reveal that Nikki Newman will condemn Victor Newman while Kane Ashby gets the upper hand and Noah Newman makes a huge discovery. During the week of January 12th to 16th, Kane will leave Phyllis Summers on Pall 9 as he wreaks annihilation on Newman Enterprises with the drive of a button. Once the AI program starts blowing up the company from the inside, Victor Newman will disaccord with Kane and Phyllis. It'll leave Victor determined to recapture control and get some vengeance. As for Jack Abbott's Peter Bergman attempt to make a Matt Clark deal with Victor, that wa'n't dis out. Still, Nick Newman will sneak off on Sharon Newman once he's out of the sanitarium and make a pitch of his own to Jack. It sounds like Nick will want to end the Matt chaos for good. So we'll see if he makes another attempt to put Matt in a grave or gets the Bobbies involved. While Adam Newman and Victoria Newman work on undoing all the rearmost Newman damage, there'll be more conflict in Victor and Nikki's marriage. Nikki may condemn Victor for this AI program mess, since he no way should have accepted it when Phyllis offered it. Speaking of Phyllis, she'll rush to her own defense when it comes to her platoon trouble with Kane, so she may shut down Daniel Romalotti Jr.'s enterprises. Sally Spectra will have some fears as well when it comes to Billy Abbott and his familiar revengeful tendencies. While Tessa Porter updates Sharon on her divorce choice, Diane Jenkins apt. Noah will also make a huge discovery regarding Matt. So that could involve Nick's deal with Jack or indeed some missing Matt news if he makes another break for it. The week of January 19th to 23rd will bring some other instigative story developments. That may be when Mariah Copeland is going to catch Dominic Newman Abbott Winters. Mariah indeed has an hijacking plot ahead of her, so she'll supposedly lay Dominic up as part of her crooked charge for Ian Ward, or at least the interpretation of him inside her head. Devin Winters and Abby Winters will horrify over Dominic's brewing exposure, but they'll get some help from Detective Burrow as they look into this case. Devin's private spurt will also come in handy when it comes to following leads. In the meantime, Tessa and Daniel may grow closer in the midst of the extremity. As for Victor's attempt to stop the AI program and get vengeance on Kane as well as Phyllis, he'll be open to a shocking mate. Jack and Victor have a parlous alliance in their future, so stay tuned for all the marvels and shakeups. Lily meets new boyfriend out of city, returns to GC with Kane's competition. The Young and the Restless spoilers allude that Lily Winters may meet a new swain while she's out of city. Will Lily return to Genoa City with Kane Ashby's competition? After the New Year's Eve kiss they participated, Kane was blindsided over Lily's unforeseen decision to leave GC and get down from him. Lily doesn't suppose effects can go back to how they were ahead, so she's putting some distance between them. After Lily blazoned that she was going to see Maddie Ashby, she admitted she didn't know when she'd be back. Lily's focus right now is forcing Kane to admire boundaries by making sure their numerous long hauls piecemeal. Of course, there's another reason why Y&R is suddenly pumping the thickets on Lily and Kane's reunion story. This is really about Crystal Khalil's motherliness leave, so suckers will just have to be patient when it comes to her return to the part of Lily. That said, it's good to know Khalil's exit is temporary since we can go ahead and start assuming about Lily's eventual return. Lily will have plenitude of time to clear her head, and maybe plenitude of time to meet another man to fall for. Since the Haves have completely cut ties with Kane, they're obviously not lodging for him to win Lily back. During their forthcoming visit, we could imagine Maddie pushing Lily to put herself back in the courting game and move on with someone differently. Maddie might suppose that would shoot a clear communication to Kane and give Lily another chance at happiness too. Lily might meet someone new off-screen and experience some flying sparks. In some ways it seems like Lily shocked over that lip cinch with Kane. Lily maybe felt a flood tide of inviting passions come rushing back, passions that she now wants to run from. As part of that plan to deny what's in her heart, Lily could go as far as getting together with another Joe. Can you imagine Kane's shock, pain and wrathfulness if Lily comes home with a brand new man on her arm? Kane might get updates on Lily's comeback news down the road and hope that she's had time to reevaluate their future. Maybe Kane could be in for a rude awakening if Lily returns with Kane's competition rather. The young and the restless spoilers say Lily and Kane's story isn't over yet, but there'll be further obstacles and perhaps indeed some interferers to make effects messy. Claire Newman is standing at a dangerous emotional crossroads. Indeed, if she doesn't completely realize it yet. On the face, her magnet to Holden Novak feels new, instigative, and just reckless enough to pull her out of the murk of her history. But beneath that spark lies a quiet apprehension she can't shake. Claire prides herself on being perceptive, and her instincts are formerly brooding warnings. Holden's connection to Audra Cortez is insolvable to ignore, no matter how important he tries to play down it. That exorbitantly casual smiley face exchange at Crimson Lights didn't feel accidental to Claire. It felt offered, deliberate, and loaded with implied meaning. She may not know the verity yet, but she knows when commodity doesn't add up. What Claire walked in on between Holden and Audra was further than coyness or nostalgia. It was a precisely managed détente. Their cat and mouse exchange revealed just how important history still binds them. Holden defying Audra about their history wasn't about check. It was about control. By the end of that discussion, he was satisfied they were back on the same runner. Indeed, if Claire remained fully in the dark. Audra's unanticipated reason only heightened Claire's reservations. Audra doesn't apologize unless there's a reason, and that reason nearly always involves tone preservation. Whatever happened times ago at the Shadow Room easily still haunts them both. Observers know the verity. Claire doesn't. Holden and Audra partake a secret soaked in blood. Times agone. Audra's slick con ended in tragedy when a man she fleeced followed her back to Matt Clark's bar, demanding his plutocrat. What began as intimidation turned deadly in seconds. Holden stepped in to cover Audra, threw a punch, and watched in horror as the man hit his head, collapsed and failed. Fear set in. There were no substantiations, no alternate chances and no clean way out. Together, Holden and Audra buried the body and buried their ethics right along with it. Now, Holden is living on espoused time. Secrets like that don't stay buried ever in Genoa City, especially when feelings get involved. Claire is the ticking time lemon in this equation. When she inescapably learns the verity, she'll be torn between her moral compass and her heart. Turning Audra in would be the right thing to do, but it would also destroy Holden. Suddenly, this isn't a love triangle. It's a fragile cover-up triad, held together by fear, guilt, and collective destruction. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott lingers in the background as Claire's first love and safest choice. But Kyle is distracted, consumed by Jabot chaos and Victor Newman's endless schemes. That distance leaves space for Holden to step by, not just as a romantic temptation, but as a man who'll need Claire's protection as much as her affection. Holden isn't just a distraction from Kyle, he's a test. And how Claire handles his dark history may define her future, her integrity, and who she eventually becomes.